So, like my favorite Anais said, the personal life deeply lived extends upon truths that are beyond itself, like universal truths. And it's so true. We spend a large chunk of our lives searching for ourselves uh, in everything on the outside. The opinions of other people, searching for love out there, searching for abundance, searching for this, searching for that, searching for God. And then at one point, hopefully, it hits us to turn within, spend some time in solitude, spend some time with ourselves, by ourselves, and begin to look for the answers of the proverbial question, who am I? And if you start on this adventure, it's fascinating. And you start to learn more about the magic of your body. I remember watching the Human Body series, the BBC ones, and it's just so fascinating. Like, we have a whole universe inside of ourselves, and all of the processes that go on without us consciously having to ever think about that. All the different systems in the body, the way they work together in perfect unison and cohesion. And even, when the body gets sick, it's a signal, hey, something is wrong. You need to take care of it. And then if we look deeper, we'll see that a lot of times the physical disease is a manifestation of a mental emotional blockage. And it's usually an emotional blockage causing a mental loop that causes the physical. So, see how everything is so related? And it's incredible when we start to see the body as this miraculous vessel here for us to explore the physical reality and not to separate the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, but to see them as one, just deeper levels of the same thing. And then, because, as within, so without, as the universal, the soul, whatever is inside of us, that whole model is mirrored outside of us. So, in the same way that, like everything is just deeper levels, all the other people and things outside of you are manifestations of you. And once we get there, we can see how reality is created from our thoughts, feelings, and imaginings. And because we maintain certain beliefs, we continue to see those things exhibited. But if we change our beliefs, and even though the culture and society around us is maintaining, let's say, a fearful belief, we decide, you know what, I'm not going to fear that thing. And then that thing is not a threat for you anymore. And then you start to play with that and see that whatever the reality is showing you that you don't like, it's something inside of yourself that you haven't accepted or dealt with. And then you begin to work with yourself. And this is the inner work that we're talking about, to figure yourself out, to start to gather, who you are, how everything works. And then you see how reality starts to reflect the inner work that you've been doing. And you have this constant feedback loop. Let's say if you're meeting rude people all the time, maybe you're rude. And maybe not to other people, but to yourself. And it's something that you need to adjust. And then all of a sudden, you're meeting nice people all the time. It's like, how did that happen? So then you start adjusting your belief systems. And sometimes it takes a while for certain beliefs, to be able to wrap our heads around them and change them. And same with certain emotional blockages, especially if they've been maintained for thousands of years. But this is the fun of the work. It's like an adventure, and it really feels like a video game and the hero's journey. But you go inside of yourself and explore in the dark. Gabriel Jones. And find your inner light in the dark. Uh, and eliminate the dusty antics the human race has maintained. And decide, do I want to believe in things that actually don't support me? And if I do believe in those things, why am I going against myself? And then, you can start to believe in whatever you want to believe, basically. It's unlimited. And the more you explore yourself, the more you realize that you are totally unlimited and that you are everything. And you can bring out whatever you want to from inside of yourself and see it reflected on the outside. And then it becomes interesting because you begin to follow your soul more than what the world tells you to do. So you begin to trust yourself. And the way that yeah, imagination, it's the power and love and excitement. And you start to follow your excitement and you realize with the same success that you can imagine the downfall of the world and all the scary things that they want you to believe on the news. You can imagine all the wonderful things in the world and how humanity wakes up and realizes what's going on and how humans get together and create things that support all systems on Earth. And we're thriving, and you can be one of these people to invent something magical and miraculous that really advances humanity forward. And you can be the hero of your own story and the main character, which will not invalidate anybody else because we're out of this energy of competition and lack. But it's like we can all be heroes and imagine like the Care Bears or Captain Planet, where everybody has a superpower and shares with everybody else. No, I'm not talking about a book. I'm talking about what's in my consciousness, and I'm bringing it out, which can be 1 million books, to be honest, because there are so many different scenarios. But that's the interesting part, like when we start to go inside of ourselves and when we allow ourselves to use our imagination for higher purposes, it gets really interesting. And you can write books and you can write movies and you can create a life that is like a book or a movie. And it's really, really fascinating. So, this is kind of like it. You are it. And it's enchanting and magical and really vast and really brilliant. And if you don't go within, what you are is basically a shadow replicating everything on the outside, and you let the outside define you. But if you go within and you begin to define yourself, it's where it gets interesting. And you can bring the darkness to light.